It happens to all of us. You push a power button, and instead of a breeze, you hear a sharp snap followed by a grinding hum. Your desk fan is dead. For most people, the next move is practically muscle memory. You pull out your phone, open an app, and tap Buy Now on a $20 replacement that will arrive by tomorrow afternoon. But a distinct fraction of the population reacts differently. They skip the digital storefront. They clear off the kitchen table, pull out a screwdriver, and queue up a teardown tutorial. This divergence at the moment of failure highlights two distinct ways we navigate the physical world around us. It is easy to assume that spending 2 hours repairing a $20 desk fan is simply a stubborn attempt to save a few bucks. The math rarely works out in their favor. The time and effort required often far exceed the financial value of the object. They do it because the act of repairing fulfills a specific psychological need. Looking closely at why these individuals choose the workbench over the waste bin provides a window into how we maintain our patience and independence in a highly disposable culture. A normal Tuesday is filled with inputs we have absolutely no control over: an overflowing inbox, sudden shifts in project deadlines, and an endless stream of digital notifications. The stress is abstract and constant. Sitting down with a broken appliance offers the exact opposite experience. The problem is localized to a 6-inch plastic housing. It has a physical cause, and it can be diagnosed step by step. This represents self-efficacy, the deep-seated belief that you possess the skills to intervene in a problem and force a specific positive outcome. Every successful step, diagnosing a burnt resistor, improvising a repair, or reassembling the case, acts as physical proof of that capability. It builds an internal repository of confidence. Navigating a repair from failure back to function serves as a practical coping mechanism. It restores a person's sense of agency when the rest of their day feels unmanageable. The psychology shifts entirely when the broken item is something you have lived with for decades. We treat older objects differently. To the owner, a vintage analog radio or a heavily scuffed wooden chair operates as a physical vessel. The scratches and worn finishes act as records of childhood homes and familial history. Ordering a pristine, factory-fresh replica feels cold. A new radio might play the same station, but it lacks the weight of those inherited memories. Cleaning the dirty contacts or replacing a blown speaker inside that original vintage radio becomes an act of stewardship. It ensures that a personal narrative continues to exist in the physical space. Zooming out from the workbench, this mindset bumps up against the reality of global manufacturing. We generate millions of tons of electronic waste every single year. This flowchart illustrates the automated pipeline of modern consumerism. Products are designed to be purchased, used briefly until they inevitably fail, and then discarded into an ever-expanding central waste pile. The repair mindset actively disrupts this loop. By intercepting a broken item before it reaches the bin, it starves that central waste pile and forces the object back into the active use phase. This persistence stems from intrinsic motivation, finding satisfaction in the friction of the process rather than just the end result. Clicking buy on a new item delivers a quick, fleeting hit of dopamine. Committing to a repair demands patience. It requires researching diagrams, waiting for parts, and the creative troubleshooting needed when the standard fix doesn't work. The choice to endure that slow process makes the act of fixing a quiet rebellion against a pressure to endlessly consume. When you look at the mechanics, the emotion, and the environmental impact, the urge to repair reveals a distinct psychological profile. It points to a creative, patient, and independent personality. If your first instinct is usually to throw a broken item in the trash, try pausing the next time it happens. Pick out a small, low-stakes failure, grab a basic toolkit, pull up a video tutorial. You might be surprised by the intense rush of accomplishment that hits you when you tighten down the last screw, flip the switch, and watch a dead machine spin back to life. I want to hear about the items you have saved from the landfill. Drop a comment below and let me know the most rewarding thing you have personally fixed instead of replacing. If you want to keep exploring the hidden mechanics of human behavior, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next deep dive into psychology. Bringing a broken item back to life ourselves provides a lasting satisfaction that no new purchase can match. Thanks for watching.